Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let Me Just Say This. This is not the first episode, okay? This episode will be in installments because me and my girls have been talking this whole time. And we've been talking marriage. This particular section is all about
sex.
The dirty nasty. The freaking you. So, wait, Ashley frozen. Oh, there you go. So yeah, we're talking now all about sex and marriage. And obviously I'm not married, so I'm gonna let you guys take it away.
How she do
Well,
that?
you have questions, so why don't you ask me questions and we will answer.
Do I have questions? I don't know what you mean by sex and marriage. I feel like I would hope that sex and marriage is fun and good. Like, I mean, sex and marriage should be like sex when you're not married, right? I mean, barring like having kids and stuff, but then again, couples be having kids, don't be married, and be having the same sexual issues. So I'm like, what about married sex is just so much different, other than maybe those people who abstain and just wait until they're married to have sex for the first time? Like, what about married sex is any different?
Okay, so I'll speak on the whole abstaining or waiting until marriage. I personally don't believe in that. I never did. I feel like that's more of either you're really religious or it's just a personal preference.
I know, I got to
really believed in the whole save yourself for marriage. I mean, I was raised, Christian, Catholic values, but I was never a promise ring and waited until marriage type person. Sex, I think, for me, has always been a big thing. So I'm a very sexual person in my marriage.
Can you marry a man that gives you everything? He pay all the bills. He caters to you. He buys you whatever, Birkins, Louis, Gucci's, Pradas. He takes you on all the trips.
I want this to cover your face.
And his dick is little. And his dick is little. And little. It doesn't do anything for you.
No.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
No.
So you wouldn't marry the man that gives you everything, but his dick his dick trash.
If the sex isn't it, and it sounds really shallow, and a lot of people might take it as shallow, the sex is not there.
Can I have a boyfriend? No.
Oh, now she want to be in an open relationship.
Because I'm like, no, because I feel like open relationships.
You better not edit that shit out.
I know. Hear me out. I feel like open marriages are all about mostly sexual desires. So I'm like, okay, that man give me everything I want, but we're not compatible sexually. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, but
it's monogamy all the way.
Monogamy.
We're talking about marriage.
Here's the gag, though. I'm not marrying a man who doesn't sexually satisfy me. Why would I marry a man that I don't have good sexual chemistry with?
Because he supplies you everything else you could possibly ask for in life.
What does it matter if we don't have good sex?
He gives you that deep love that you.
He can't. It ain't gonna be that deep. If he don't know how to touch me the right way, it's not gonna be that deep.
It's crazy because when you meet him. Girl. And the initial and the
Jesus across himself. So I gotta just take it, even though the dick little.
Like the initial chemistry is fucking bomb. Like, ooh, like he know how to touch me, he knows how to kiss me, he knows how to blah blah blah, and then he pull his dick out and it's little. What you gonna do? That chemistry is there. That deep love is there, but his dick just ain't supplying.
Maybe he just gotta get an extendo clip.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't think I could get married. Or maybe. No. No. That's not
size matters.
Size absolutely matters. You said you don't believe in abstinence till marriage. I don't believe in that strictly because I gotta see the dick up front. Yes, I want to know what is it hitting on? I need to know. I told you, if I get married, I'm locked in for life. I can't be locked in with somebody that'll sexually satisfy me because I'm going to want to leave you. Eventually, I'm gonna be like, okay, listen, you giving me all this shit, and I love you so much for that. But my God, I can't. Oh, here he go with his bullshit.
You better not throw up midnight.
I'm like, he can give me everything, but I can't be there if there's no sexual compatibility. That is such a big deal for me, and the intimacy that comes with that is big for me. So I wouldn't want to be in a marriage and we don't have that sexual like synergy. It's not gonna work for me.
Would you let him wear a dildo?
What he gonna do? Really like stand on and strap me up? Maybe if it's heated, and if it's heated. But then again, what if we want to have children? I want to procreate with you, Mr. Nigga. Like
he still can date. He just can't.
but I want it to be in the inside. No, I don't. I can't.
I'm weak.
That's impossible.
Impossible what?
That's an impossible scenario.
Okay.
Impossible scenario.
Okay. Would you be able to stay married to your man who gives you everything and even the sex is bomb, but it's not as much as you want it to be?
As often? Okay, I think it's a conversation. Like, why are we not having sex? Like, why are we not fucking? Cause me, I'm definitely like, I'm already a 3 times a week type of girl minimum. When you say not as often, what does that mean? Like once a week or once a month? Like once every couple months? Like if it go, I'm not going a full month without that dick. I mean, that was a vulgar way I said it. I'm not going a full month.
Happens.
Unless there is a reason why. Like,
I never thought in my life, as sexual as I am, that in my marriage that I could go weeks.
Oh, my son running amok in the palace.
Like you sleeping next to me and we're not fucking that much. I never thought it would be.
Wait, Ashley, hold on, because my son.
He's nocturnal as fuck.
He got the
it's
zoomies.
Fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. His ass is.
He threw up. Now he got all his hair.
His ass is
like
going crazy.
And you throw up after the club.
Oh, you throw up and then you be back.
You feel better. It's still party.
You be back.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ashley. Run that back from the top, please.
I forgot what I said.
You said
as sexual as you are, because I was like, I can't go.
Oh, okay. I was saying asexual. Yes, we were talking about how many times. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. I love my husband. We're in a very loving relationship, and this has been a conversation that we've had between each other, but it's not as often as we used to. And I, being a sexual person, never thought that I could go weeks without having as little sex, a little bit. Just like once a week, once a month, sometimes.
I done heard you, Ashley. So, yeah, I know how busy you can get.
I can go. I know I can go months. I went 6 months without dick. That's because I had to. I was deployed. I wasn't cheating. I can go a period of time without it. However,
with temptation.
There was temptation, but
I'm talking about like you're living with the person.
Okay, in that scenario, if we go to bed in the same bed every night, in at least 3 of them nights, you're not trying to rub on this booty, you cheating on me. Something about it ain't right. Cause ain't no way. Cause I'm gonna tune it up on you. I'm trying to grab something. And I'm really the type, I'm sporadic with it too. I'm like, babe, especially if you my husband. For my husband, I'm getting nasty. For my husband, I want it all the time.
Where would you draw the line where you stop being the person that's always initiating it?
I really don't know, because I've never been in that situation. I've only been in, even with the guys I dated, it was always like they came and was on me. They was on my body. Like I never had to be like, okay, let's have sex. It was always like except for one, but that was different. Like once we was fucking. Like, so I'm like, okay, if I have to initiate every time, I'm going to assume that there's something in the water that ain't right. I'm going to assume like, okay, you're not trying to fuck on me. You don't want to be intimate with me. You don't want to have sex with me, but you will sleep in the bed with me every night. something isn't right. Like, where's your head at? Or, and I really hate to say this, but who else are you fucking on? My first question would be like, who are you fucking? Who are you fucking? That's not me. If I have to come to you and you're not showing any sexual interest in me, I would automatically assume there's somebody else. That would be my first thought. My second thought would be maybe he's not attracted to me, or maybe he don't like me, or he's not in love with me. But I feel like those are irrational. Oh my god, my son is really running.
What is your son doing?
He's playing. I think it would be different if that person, now mind you, Jay and I have this conversation. She's like, not everybody is as sexual like that. There's some situations where the woman has a higher sex drive than the man, and vice versa, or even same sex relationships, same situation. One person is more sexual or has a higher libido than the other. And it could be a slew of things. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, if we start off one way and all of a sudden it's changed, I'm going to assume something's wrong.
I know for me, like, I have a tendency to have a very high sex drive in the beginning of my relationships. But as time passes, like, and you get comfortable or whatever, like, my sex drive naturally, like, just levels out. But for me, like, if I lose that sense of trust, that sense of loyalty, if I feel like anything, like you said, anything in the water ain't right, nigga, you not hitting this.
No, 100%. If I'm the one who's not initiating, because my mind not in it. I can't have sex with someone that mentally I'm not into. Like, mentally, if I'm not in a good space with you, I can't do it, because whole time I'm thinking about something else. Whole time I'm thinking, like, I don't even like this nigga. Like, whole time I'm thinking about what you did that pissed me off, or why I'm not trying to be intimate with you. I feel like I'm better in bed when I'm in love. I'm better in bed when I actually am into you, when I'm on a good foot with you. So I'm not gonna. Oh,
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I'm saying,
just kidding.
If I mentally am not in a good space, I'm not gonna initiate. So that's why I'm like, okay, if he's not initiating, I'm going to assume there's something wrong in our relationship, because that's how I would operate.
What's some hard limits?
What you mean hard limit?
Anything goes in the bedroom with your husband.
Hey.
Anything.
If I'm happy and he hitting it right, baby, what do you want? Tap me on my shoulder, I'll roll over. What do you want?
Ooh.
What do you want?
For me, I'm a freak.
I'm already doing the most right now.
We still got a swing hanging on our fucking door.
I was about to say, you can go ahead and mail that to me.
I want to swing so bad.
Go ahead and mail that to me.
Mail what?
The swing.
No,
you don't want it.
Alone.
The fact that she was fucking on now, you trying to fuck on it.
Good point. But never mind, I'll just get my own.
It's just not being used right now because he's on deployment, but it will be used when he gets back.
I feel like if you're married, I feel like, okay, anything should go with the two of y'all. Like, y'all gotta be as freaky as you can. Why would I hold back?
Oh, yeah.
Why would I hold back? Boy, come on now. I'm sucking balls before we get married. What you think I'm gonna do after? What you think I'm gonna do after? I'm willing to try everything once, baby. But you gotta be my husband though. That's it.
I was over here being a freak before I was married. But
what you think I'm gonna do for my man? Especially he taking care of business at home, baby.
Bitch, I was getting choked out.
Handle it.
Please stop.
Don't talk about this shit.
Not the.
We're talking about marriages.
I was doing freaky shit before I got married, so it's like, you know, for me, sex, like, it's like I'm open. And we are going to talk about it because y'all keep fucking clowning me for it.
I don't think it's a problem. I think it's the fact that you passed out and he kept fucking you.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what? No, backstory.
Please.
This is an ex. This is not my husband. This is an ex of mine. That when but it was a discussion. So we were fucking, and he had asked me what I was comfortable with, and I like being choked in the bedroom. So he had asked. He said, "Can I choke you until you pass out?" I'm like, "Do you give me your consent for me to still fuck you?" And I said, "Sure." And I tried it. I passed out. I woke up to him still fucking me. That shit was a rush.
Well, you didn't say all that though. When you told us the story, you just told us that he was choking you. You passed out. You woke up. He was still fucking. You didn't tell us you gave him consent.
I fucking always disclose it.
No, ma'am.
It's like he has asked me for consent.
No,
ma'am.
Like,
I didn't just let him fucking choke me till I passed out.
You know, that was consent. Actually, we got a segue talking about sex and marriage, because I overheard, and I didn't participate because I'm not married, but I overheard some family members speaking about having sex with your partner even when you don't want to. Having sex with your husband even when you're not in the mood.
Marriage is not a consent for sex.
But let me say this though. There were two sides of the argument. One person was like, basically, just because we're married does not mean I owe you my body. Mm-hmm. The other person was like, listen, I'm going to give my husband what he wants, and I'm going to tap him on his shoulder if I want it, because he's my husband. And in the Bible, that's what, because my family's kind of religious. In the Bible, that's what you were supposed to do. And if I don't do it, somebody else will. And I remember my grandma, shout out to you, Granny. She said, you don't have to like that person in the moment to lay there. And I was just thinking to myself,
no,
that's some old ways of thinking.
Yeah,
I'm like, I am of the belief that if we're married, I should be putting it on you as often as I can. However, and as often as I'm willing to. However, just because we're married does not mean you automatically have access to my body or own my body at all times. Our marriage, I think, you say marriage isn't consent, and I understand exactly what that means. But I will say, in a happy marriage, in a marriage that is, I feel like, healthy, you're my husband, there's no time that if I'm ready and willing, I'm gonna tell you no. If I tell you no, then there's something going on.
I mean, it could be as simple as having a long day, or being tired, or not having mental, issues. Like, you're just not mentally there in the moment. Yeah. And it's not necessarily that you don't want to have sex with them. It's just that you don't have the mental capacity to have sex.
I think in those situations, yes. But how many people we know have partners that are always tired every time? Like, no, I'm tired. I'm tired. And maybe they are actually tired. Maybe
that's what I was getting into with the whole, like, okay, what is a cutoff? Because there have been, don't get me wrong, like, as, sex driven as I am, there are definitely, especially with fucking twins, I'm tired. I am tired. I went to fucking work. I picked up the kids. I came home. I cooked. I cleaned. I'm tired. There are times where, yes, that is an excuse. But there are also times where I've done all that and I'm like ready to go. And then, he sits there and he's like, well, I'm tired. Have there been times where I have been, feeling some type of way because he's tired? Yes, but I'm not sitting there like I expect it because he's my husband. Like, you better give me a dick. But I do, like, keep tabs sometimes of how often you're gonna fucking go to that excuse. There are times where it's like, okay, now it's becoming an excuse.
Right. Like, I can understand every now.
Like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I demand the dick.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna give it to me, we need to talk about why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand, like, sometimes you're tired. I get it. And I mean, I know some people that are always tired. For instance, me, I'm always tired. Like, I have, certain issues that are going on that makes me always tired. But at the same time, I don't feel like my libido always is down when I'm tired. Like, it's sometimes where I could be dead tired and I still want to fuck. Like, come here. Like, I may not do much. I may pillow princess that night, but I'm still willing to engage in sexual activity with the person that I'm with.
If I express that I am tired and he takes something off my plate, or if I express that I'm tired and he does something to alleviate some stress for me, I will probably be like, yo,
more inclined.
Now I'm gonna fuck you because you deserve this.
Yeah.
And I remember I had seen this
I have done that. I have done that. I literally was tired, and Brandon went ahead and put the kids to bed. Simple as that. He was the one who changed their diaper and put them to bed. And I was like,
now I gotta put this thing on you. Now, I had seen a post. I think I was mad at this guy I was dealing with, and I was like, yo, I'm not fucking him today. Fuck him. I'm not having sex with him today. And I seen this post, and she was like, you know what? And this is the crazy part. She was like, yo, there's no reason why your man should be left wanting or needing anything or leaving the house. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to suck his dick. At the very least, I'm going to give him some head and it's going to be fire. Even if I don't want to fuck, I'm going to give him some head. I'm going to make sure he's taken care of. It's going to be fire.
Give him something to think about.
Give him something to think about. But I'm like, if you can take care of each other, especially as women, I think when we're taken care of, and you play it into our love language, we will be more likely and more inclined to have sex with you, and the sex is going to be fire. And I had a conversation with Chris one time. Shout out to Chris. He was on season 1 of the podcast. Low key in the manosphere. Shout out to you, boo. But still, I had a conversation with him and my friend Rich, and I had told them, I was like, I think sometimes sex should be a reward. And they're like, well, they don't want it if it's used as a reward. And I'm like, but sometimes your partner does things that just makes you feel good. And it's like, yo, you brought me some flowers today. Yeah, I'm gonna rock your world real quick because you did something so nice and I appreciate that. It's like a thank you. It's like a thank you to me.
Honestly, like, it is, because it's like, if you're not giving me what I want or desire in a relationship, then I don't want to fuck you. But like that's something simple as like getting flowers, or something simple as like taking something off your plate, cooking dinner, cleaning the bathroom. Like that just make you want to, like, that turn my coochie up real quick. Like, okay, like, let me go ahead and fuck this nigga.
I was literally sick and dying in bed, and my husband went ahead, took the kids outside to the playground. And when he came back, I was like, I'm sick, but let me ride some dick.
Yeah, I'm saying. And that's the thing I'm saying. Like, sometimes it can't just be, I'm tired. Sometimes it has to be like, okay, I'm tired. And then you read your partner. Just like if he comes, he's like, yo, I had a real long day.
Let me suck your dick.
Gawk. And if that's not enough for you, if you're not in the mood for that, what can I do to help you? Like, what can I take off your plate? Like, how can I alleviate some stress for you? Yeah. And I think that's fair. I think sometimes when people are married that I've seen that have given up on sex and are on the I'm tired and I'm this and I'm that, and they end up resorting to cheating and all types of other shit, they did not tap into their partner's needs.
It was always some excuse.
Always some excuse. And it's not just about lust.
Well, she ain't giving it up. Well, what have you done?
Yeah, what have you done?
Well, he ain't giving it up. Well, what have you done?
What is the reason why your partner does not want to have sex with you?
I feel like it's as simple as bringing some flowers, telling your baby to get dressed, y'all going to a nice dinner. She gonna want to pop that coochie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something simple, like, and I feel like a lot of men don't understand that. It's just like, if the sex has gone down, yeah.
They just want a bone. They just need to scratch that itch.
But if the sex has gone down, there's a reasoning behind it, and I feel like you need to get to the root of that, especially when you're married.
What were you doing that wasn't sufficient enough for your partner to feel like, yeah, I want to be intimate with you?
Like,
yeah.
But I mean, I feel like sex is a big part. I was trolling earlier because I wouldn't marry no man that got a little dick.
No,
but
and little dick does not mean they cannot. You know, there's no motion in the ocean. However,
it better be girthy. I mean, you gotta have something.
You definitely have to have something going on. You gotta have something going on.
But
for the long haul, now, you know, and this is crazy because I think a lot of people don't marry their number one. Right?
Of course not, because your number one is always toxic. That nigga know he got good dick.
Probably.
God damn.
Probably. But the thing is, I think a lot of people might get into a marriage and want what an ex could give them, but their partner cannot. And if you go from dealing with people or men who have penises or that are well endowed or like are just what you need to somebody who doesn't, it's you noticed it instantly. As soon as you sit on that thing, you know what it is. Like, and it's like, how do you train yourself to come back from that, especially somebody you married? Like in Sex Life, that show on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Married. The woman's married, can't stop fantasizing about sex with her ex. Because her husband doesn't give her whatever.
It was very vanilla.
Like very vanilla. He's
Have you seen
literally
Sex Life?
Watching the game while they're fucking.
Yeah, I love that show. I saw the second season already.
And I'm just like, yo, there's no way I'm gonna be on top of my man and he bending and breaking his neck to watch a football game while I'm throwing his ass back. Bro. No way. But here I'm like, yo, you married someone who essentially you weren't sexually compatible with. Yep. And I think physically it needs to be recognized that men who have smaller penises don't tend to be as sexually satisfying, especially for women who have had bigger or who have had more.
Better.
Essentially.
Because...
And that's no shade, because it's not something they can change. But It's like, what do you expect? What am I supposed to do with this? In the animal kingdom,
Lord,
you wouldn't have made it. Survival of the fittest, you wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have had no babies. You would not have been able to mate with anybody. The female species would have came and been like, his dick is too small and he doesn't have the physical attributes to ensure the survival of my offspring. On to the next. It's the same thing in the dating game. I'm so sorry.
I feel like, and I'm be honest, like, you know, there's a lot of women that I can't stand you. There's
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of women that are not sex is not a big part of their commitment to their man. Mm-hmm. I feel like those women are okay with little penises. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're fine with that.
They don't like having sex anyway.
You have the men that always go for the women that they know are sexually, like...
inclined.
Like, super sexual. And it's just like, there are women out here that want you, but you don't want them. Why not?
Yeah, stop going after the super freak if you know you can't do it. Hey, if your dick little, stop going after the big booty bitch.
Please. You ain't gonna touch nothing.
You can't. Like, stop going after the super thickies. You're not built for that. Like, what is you doing? I'm sorry, but my God, today. No.
I'm on the opposite side of that because I've always been a small gal. Okay. Always been a little petite. And I've always gotten like...
Okay,
the little dick men, because I feel like because I'm so small.
Thank you, Jesus.
But you're a little thick in the hips, so it's okay. But I feel like I've always attracted like the smaller dick men. Why? Just because I'm little does not mean I want a little penis. But I don't like big penises either. So I mean, I like a nice medium.
She likes comfortable dick.
Yeah.
I like comfortable, but I also like a little bit bigger because sometimes it hurts so good. Like,
oh my God.
No, mind you, I had this conversation with my mom of all people, telling her about Mr. Halloween. And I was like, yo, it's just, he filled me up. Like, he hit every wall. Like, he hit the fifth wall. Like, no, it did not hurt. It did not hurt, actually, which I was nervous about because I was like, yo, it's going to hurt. And it actually didn't. He was very gentle with me. And I think he knew because he knew what he was working with. He like didn't go ham. He didn't go crazy. But I'm like, yo, actually, I like that feeling. But then again, I don't think you have to be super big for it to hurt either. Like, and I don't think super big feels good inherently either. Like, sometimes that shit is just all pain. Sometimes it's just, but I've never dealt with somebody who was astronomically big and that was just like really hard and not, no pun intended, but like it just didn't feel good.
It was back in my college years. I dealt with somebody down in Florida and that shit.
Shout out to Florida niggas. Toxic.
Oh, hell no.
He was like, I think he was like Trinidadian and Jamaican.
Shout out to the Caribbean niggas. Okay.
No, fuck them.
Yeah, he was like Trinidadian
and
Jamaican. I remember I went to his house. We were fucking
Pound Town.
Just left Pound Town.
I left. I left. I was like, I can't. This it hurt too bad. Like, it doesn't feel good no more. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not into the big.
But my husband definitely gotta have not bigger than boyfriend dick. It has to be husband dick.
Husband dick?
Yeah.
Husband dick.
Because boyfriend dick, like, not too big, not too small, it's just right. That's giving a 5. I need a 8 or 7.
Boyfriend dick is like 6 to 8 inches.
Boyfriend
girthy.
dick is giving so.
Boyfriend dick is good dick.
I think a smooth, 9, 8
Get the fuck
is palatable.
What that white girl said? 27 Club.
No, I think
she said she skipped her next life. That's what she said. 9 inches, bitch. 9.
The man who took my virginity was 9 inches. How do you expect me to come back?
That's horrible.
How do you expect me to come back?
That's too big for me.
No, it ain't.
8 inches is my max.
It's not even going that. It is.
You taking it all, bitch. I'm
For my husband, yes, I am.
My husband, he could be 6 to 8 inches with a little bit of girth. I'm good. I'm good on that.
Boyfriend dick just sound like that. Just that boyfriend dick. He never gonna be my man. That's what it sound like. He never gonna be my husband. Like, that's what it sound like. It sound like so. It sound like a little bit of boyfriend dick. No, I need something more. I need more than that.
9 inches is too much.
Okay, well, let me shut up then.
I'm not saying. I'm saying it for me.
For me, it's about the sex.
The motion in the ocean.
I do like big dicks, but my husband.
Okay.
But
don't care.
But I have been with people who has had comfortable average size penises.
I feel like I can just tell the difference. Like, I can tell.
And the sex was A1.
Well, let me shut up because that man definitely watched the podcast. Never mind.
Who? Anaya?
Huh?
Who?
Let me shut up. Anyway, back to marriages and sex, I guess. Are we just doing general sex things? Because this is not married sex. I feel like married sex is normal sex. This is normal. These hoes just wanted to talk about sex because I talked about sex with Austin. So this is now a new sex episode. Welcome to the motherfucking podcast. God. My God, today. It's because I'm the one getting the most dick around here these days.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm not too pressed about it. I enjoy my 3 times a week minimum.
How do you feel about Brandon getting a vasectomy?
Once I have my 3rd kid, okay.
So that's the consensus. Like, you gotta have your 3rd kid in order for him to get a vasectomy. Yeah,
because then after that, I'm closing up shop. So,
well, if you get your tubes tied, why he got to get a vasectomy?
Why do I have to get my tubes tied if he could get a vasectomy?
Period.
You say you was closing up shop, so I just assumed you was gonna get your tubes tied.
Well, like closing up shop where I'm not gonna have any more kids. But
okay.
If I don't if.
But the thing is, tube tying is a lot more permanent. You cannot reverse that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I would prefer him to get a vasectomy over me tying my tubes. Because who's to say we don't change our mind, or who's to say I don't move on. I want kids with somebody else. Like Neo made his wife at the time get her tubes tied only to leave her or cheat on her and have a baby with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then another baby with another woman. Crazy. Yeah. Snip it off for a little bit and then bring it back when we're ready. Now, me personally, I'm not one of them John and Kate +8 in the Duggar family ass bitches. I don't want all them kids. I used to want 5. I realized in my timeline, I'll only get 2. With that being said, I'm going to just put it like this.
Would you marry a man that don't want kids?
No. If you don't want kids, I cannot realistically plan a future with you. In my delusional ass head or in reality or not. Can't plan a future.
Let's get into that because there are a lot of women out here.
Oh, it's my baby's dinner time. Shout out to the automatic feeder.
And men too. There are a lot of people out here who get into marriage having that talk about children and then still feeling that they can go into it changing the other person's mind.
I'm not going to change a man's mind. I can tell you, any man that deals with me knows I want kids. You know I want children. However, I'm not going to convince a man who doesn't want any kids to have a child with me, because you can only tell me so many times you don't want a baby, or you don't want a baby with me, and I'm okay. But with saying that, I just also need you to know there's no, unless that changes, or unless there's a conversation like in the future we could have kids, there's no possible way that I can consider you a serious contender, because I want a family and it's a non-negotiable. I want at least 2 of my own kids. It's a non-negotiable. And that's just what it is. But I can respect somebody's choice. It took me a minute, because I actually had a conversation with my homegirls about, not y'all, but my other ones, about
You got other ones?
Not as deep as y'all, but
okay,
close. But about being childless by choice as a woman, being childless by choice, and how appealing being the childless, fine, rich auntie is. And it is appealing, but I know for myself, I want to have a family. So I'm like, okay, I could be childless and be with a man who doesn't want kids, but am I going to be happy? I don't think I'll be happy for real. So yeah,
I have a mixture of friends who are okay with just being that childless auntie, and then who used to want family, but because they have kind of accepted where they're at in their life, and that they do have their own timeline, that they've kind of been at peace with not being able to have a child because they have not met that person that they would want to have a child.
I ain't having kids.
I would have a void in my heart if I didn't have children.
I think so too.
I'm gonna be Mary J. Blige.
I don't think I would have been able to not have been a mother.
Mary J. Blige got kids?
No.
Huh?
Or Janet Jackson. She didn't have her first child until she was like 50 something.
I think she always wanted her baby. It's just she was dealing with drug addicts. Well, on that note, back to sex. Shit.
So we're cutting that whole part out?
Yeah, that shit gotta go out.
I haven't had sex since June 3rd.
Since when?
June 3rd. By the way, y'all, I'm in a long distance relationship. So, sex is like here and there for me. And this shit is hard. Coming from a female that had sex regularly whenever she fucking felt like it, to not having sex,
welcome to my life.
It's rough.
Let me just say this. I have a bit of a higher sex drive now. Thank you to Maca. I don't have a brand, but I hope to be sponsored at some point by a vitamin. I had an IUD. I'm on birth control. Shout out to the IUD, because if you watch the other installments of this fucking episode, I said I'm not having kids till married. So I got the most effective birth control I could find, which is the intrauterine device, and it works well for me. But it took away my sex drive. My sex drive, my body was literally physically different. And so I still liked sex, but I wasn't as interested. And so I started taking Maca after my second one. After I got my second IUD, because it was it's like getting a stronger dose while you're already having it. I got my second IUD and I was like, yo, what's wrong with me? I'm not trying to jump nobody's bones. Like, what's up? So I started taking Maca and my sex drive through the motherfucking roof. It's a blessing I get sex as often as I do, because if not, it would be me and the 2-minute killer every night.
Not
me
the 2 minute,
and the rose.
not the 2-minute killer.
If you don't have a rose,
that's my best friend.
Shameless plug. If you don't have a rose, get you a rose.
I have to have an alarm now to make sure that I charge my rose.
Yeah,
oh my
baby.
God.
Oh, hold on.
Because your shit always dying.
It's nothing worse than when you trying to use your rose and the bitch died. Damn, I can't have nothing. I can't have nothing.
I've learned to use her sparingly. Like, I just use my other like vibrators or whatever because unless like if I would just want okay, I just need to go to bed, I need a quickie, then I'll whip her out. I don't use her as much now because I got my other vibrators.
Well, what do y'all feel about toys in marriage? Like, how do y'all feel about using sex toys while you're married?
Oh, I use them.
I'm not gonna hold you to spice it up, maybe, but even when I'm like seeing someone heavy and I'm having enough sex, most of the time I don't use my vibrator.
Yes.
So I know that like when I was single, it wasn't until like I think I want to say the relationship before I got married was when I started using toys because I wasn't even a big vibrator toy user.
Oh baby, I had my B.O.B. His name was Bob. Battery operated boyfriend.
Oh,
I've been using toys since I was like 18.
Yeah, I bought I was younger than you. I bought my first vibrator at 16.
Well, I was fucking at 16.
I wasn't fucking though.
And I was getting it 3 times a week.
When I was in the Navy.
You said what?
My first vibrator was when I got into the Navy.
I was fucking in high school.
I wasn't having any type of sex. I was doing a little gawk and getting a little, slurp, but I wasn't having intercourse at the time. But I think in a relationship in general, not just marriage, I feel like some men, maybe older men or more reserved men, will be like, no, they don't want to use a toy on their wife or their girl. They don't want to explore those paths because I think they feel intimidated.
What mean you doing?
Well, no, none of mine did. None of mine, but mind you, though, I've only had maybe 3 men use it on me, and even then, I didn't really like it because I can't focus. Like I need one stimulant at a time.
Baby, from the butt plugs to the rolls to double penetration, baby, my nigga can have it all.
See now, maybe since you talk about hard stops in marriages, double penetration is a hard stop for me.
On the swing with the vibrator in his dick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My God,
she said a hard stop is double penetration.
I'm so good. I don't like any type of butt stuff anyway. Hey, wait though. He can eat my ass. But other than that, all that other butt stuff, get somebody else to do it. Tried it. It's not for me.
I mean, I enjoy it, but only when I like want to do it. Like I have like the spark for it, or like the I want to do this tonight type of thing. It's not like an all the time thing for me, but I feel like there's no hard stops in the bedroom when it comes to my husband.
And the booty button.
With me and him. Like,
I'm sorry.
What you talking about, booty butt? You talking about him?
No, well, shit. You milking the prostate?
Hell no.
Okay, so that's a hard stop.
I mean,
so that's a hard stop. You're not gonna play with his booty, but you.
I mean, if he want me to.
My husband won't let me near his.
Hey, I wanted to milk the prostate so bad with my ex. He wouldn't let me.
I don't think I would ever.
He won't let me. That's where my husband draws the line. He's allowed to play with me however he wants because I'm open to that. But I tried with him. I
stay away from the man's booty because they be real sensitive.
You gotta have that conversation first. I've had the conversation first,
really like
and
no, I've had the conversation. That's where he's like, no.
I feel like I always gravitate to men that are very confident in themselves and don't give a fuck. So I ain't talking like pegging, but like
you ate the booty hole.
She definitely ate ass.
I can't fucking stand you. But yes, I have. I'm not
like groceries.
I'm not ashamed of it.
I can't just picture
She's spreading it open and everything.
Like, okay, but how did you eat ass? Like, was he on his back and he had his legs up, or was he like on all fours and you just
was he in the diaper changing position?
He was on his back.
But was he diaper changing though? Did he have legs in there?
I I'm not talking to her right now because
He was like this.
Look at this bitch.
That's going in the video. Not cropping it out. Not cropping it out. No way. Was it up or not, Jay? Yes or no? Was the legs in the air when you ate that ass? Yes or no?
He held his legs.
He held his own legs up.
Listen, y'all. Listen.
Oh shit! It was. That's why she taking so long to say it was.
One time it was like that. I'm not gonna lie. But most of
I love my husband, but I will not be able to eat his ass.
The only way I'll eat ass is if I'm sucking dick and he laying down on his back with his legs down, and I just
that's how it is. Bottom. That's how it is normally.
I don't do that. I'll lick the gooch. That's as far as I'm going.
Listen, if my husband wanted to put his motherfucking legs back, he could put his goddamn legs back.
No.
And I'ma still eat that ass. Period. If that's what my nigga want, that's what my nigga get.
I would not be able to take him seriously. Like, I'm okay with, like, when he's ready, I will eat his ass, but it's not gonna be like this. It's not gonna be.
He cannot put his leg up in the air and think I'm finna eat that booty. Like, no. He not finna be like Freckles thinking I'm gonna eat his ass. Like that.
My God,
he not finna toot it up. Like,
Freckles look gay though. So he look like he like that shit on a regular.
Anyway.
Cut that out.
Anyway, so I'm not.
When I know, like, you listen, I don't know. I have never dealt with a man that's down low, but I don't know how these women don't know that they nigga down low. The niggas that I don't fuck with, they not like that. Like, they real fucking confident in like themselves. And so I ain't never dealt with no guy that I like. He might be, like, so like, if you wanna, anything goes. I mean, I ain't pegging them or nothing, but I'm just saying at the same time, it's like, you want me to,
I don't know.
I put every part of your body in my mouth.
Hey, if I'm feeling nasty and I'm off the lick, I'll just open my mouth. He can step right inside, shoes on and everything.
Whole body. Whole body.
But no, I'm not eating no ass. But then again, the men I deal with tend to not want their ass ate, except for one. They
hard to find. Because it's not a lot of men that's open.
Because I'm not trying to eat no grown man ass.
Baby, listen. It's just something about that power that you have. It's something about that power that you have when you got that man going motherfucking crazy. Bitch.
I want to lick the goose just to test it out, but I'm scared.
You ain't never licked the goose?
Never.
This is going to be a 9. 9's going to be like...
It's too close to the booty hole for her.
I see. Okay, if it's fresh out the shower,
period. Every time,
potentially. But even then, I'm like, boy, did you shit today? Like, no.
Do he ask you that question?
He ain't got to, because I don't eat enough to shit anyway.
Oh my God.
No, baby, no. If I know I'm having sex, I ain't even ate today, boo. Come and eat this ass. But here's the thing.
Like a bottom.
I'm a bottom. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't ask to get my ass ate ever. It's unsolicited, and every time they eat it off the bone. And I mean off the bone. Like, I mean like slurping it up, and I'm just there. At first, I didn't like it. At first, I was like, okay, this is cool. I didn't know I liked getting my ass ate until he started eating my ass. And now I'm like, okay.
Shout out to him.
It feels, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, just yes. Now he has to eat my ass. He done set the precedence. He done set the tone. Now he gotta eat this ass. Anyway, so yeah. How do we get here? I'm not even...
Because we're us.
Because sex in marriage should not have any hard stops. Period.
Yeah. To each his own. If you don't like eating ass, it's okay, baby.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like I've eaten ass before, but
Bitch.
it's not.
Wait, don't just skip past that part because I ain't never heard this story.
I ate a little bit of ass.
She be getting on me all the time. Like,
Yeah, me. I ate a little bit. I accidentally ate a little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah, no. But I'm saying that's not like a hard stop for me. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, just because my husband doesn't want his.
There's no hard stops, but I respect boundaries.
Yeah.
This nigga don't like eating toes. I'm not gonna make him eat no toes.
Tell that nigga to grow up.
Not everybody like feet.
My husband eats my toes, and he hates feet.
If that nigga love you, he gonna put your feet in his mouth.
I had my toes sucked, and I'm almost certain the nigga who did it loved me.
Period.
So, he hates feet. Like, it's a thing. Like, it's a phobia, but he will suck on my toes.
As he should. You had 2 children for him. I don't understand why men have babies with these women and then turn around and don't want to do shit for them. Like, you might as well just eat. You should have ate the placenta. That's how I feel.
What the fuck? What?
That's a little excessive.
Is it?
It's getting late, y'all. She's starting to talk crazy.
No, I'm just saying, like, you, for the woman that had your children, you should be as freaky as possible. She just gave you 2 people, 2 humans.
What, he gonna lick her cervix?
Hey, if his tongue long enough.
He watched me get cut open, okay? That's okay.
Ooh, that's crazy.
He saw my insides, so it's okay. He's seen all of me.
Ooh.
Every last part.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And he watched them put it back in.
Ooh. Well, he shouldn't have any issues with any part of your body.
Yeah, I'm like, what is there to be concerned with? My God, today.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Would y'all ever go to a swingers club with y'all husband?
Now, we talked about going to a swingers club. As a single woman, I would absolutely go to the single. I'm sorry, I'm slurring. I'm not. Okay, I was saying, we talked about going to a swingers club, and as a single woman, I would go, and I would be the third. Yes, I am participating. However, would I take my man to a swingers club and fuck on bitches with him? I cannot say that I would. No,
I would not be able to do that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she would, because she nasty like
that. We can have an open relationship. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, but I'm not gonna go and watch you fuck other bitches.
I mean, mind you, I just feel like if you gonna fuck a bitch, let's fuck her together. But then again, I don't want to just be going to swingers clubs. Like, that just seems strange to me. Like, can't we just find a little like a live-in girlfriend or something? Like, we gotta go to a swingers club? What's up with that? I don't like that.
It's gonna be like sex life.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh God, that was rough.
Bro, how do y'all feel in sex life when her best friend had sex with her ex?
And
even though she was married. So
on the phone.
Homegirl married someone else, is in a whole marriage, and her best friend fucked her ex.
I feel like it was wrong only because her best friend knew how she felt about that ex. It was that particular ex.
Everything. You saw the ups and downs of everything.
Like, and remember, they revealed the whole, like, them having a miscarriage later on in the season. So we didn't know how serious they were. We just knew that he was an ex.
To me, it's off limits no matter what.
He was a big ex. So the fact that she fucked him after knowing that they went through a miscarriage together, that was an issue for me.
Crazy. Like, there's no way. I don't give a fuck if all me and that nigga did was rub some elbows. Bitch, why are you fucking him for? And I don't care if I'm married 17 years later. What is wrong with you? Of all the niggas you wanted to fuck a nigga that I rubbed elbows with?
Let me tell you. That woman told her how good that dick was, and she wanted to try it for herself.
That's why you can't be telling your friends too much about your sex life, because if they're not a real friend,
they gonna fuck your husband.
Yeah. What she said.
They gonna fuck your husband.
Don't be surprised either. We told
when she asked where the dick at.
You telling your friend all that, and really it ain't even no best friend. It ain't nobody you really should be telling your business to. It just be a normal friend from work. You telling your coworker, yeah, my man took me up through there last night.
Blew my back out.
Blew my back out. All
Next
types
thing
of
you
shit.
know, she getting her back blown out.
Follow him on Twitter and everything.
Mm.
Oh my God. My God, today. Ruthless.
It be the hoes. In different area codes.
Yeah.
Like Kelly said.
Period.
Find the one you love.
Fuck on them consistently.
Have sex consistently. And work that shit out.
Unless they ain't shit.
Unless they ain't
then
shit.
Do what you
but if they
do.
ain't shit, you need to cut that nigga off before y'all even get to the level of marriage.
There you go.
I hope you do, but if you don't, it's never too late to leave.
Being single is not the end of the world. Finding yourself and finding your peace is like key to being a good partner. Mm-hmm. So if that's what you got to do and that's what you need to do, then do it.
Period.
But value y'all marriages.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick of seeing these men out here that don't value their marriage. I'm sick of seeing these women out here that don't value their marriages. If you don't value your marriage, don't be in a marriage.
This is your sign to leave.
I'm done. I just was saying my outro. Damn.
No, I'm saying not you.
Oh.
Y'all in marriages and you not happy. Hey, this is your sign to leave. This is your sign to get that divorce.
Or this is your sign to work that shit the fuck out. Start talking.
Pick a side.
Start communicating.
Pick a side.
Start doing what the fuck you need to do. You know that nigga like golf? Go buy him some golf shit. You know that nigga like cars? Go buy him a goddamn
car.
Bitch, no.
We get him a remote control car.
Go buy him some fucking some football shit
replica
for his car and some shit. Like, do something. Shit. Stop complaining to your homegirl about how your nigga not making you happy.
Before she go and fuck on him. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, do what you need to do to put the work in. And if you won't put the work in and that shit ain't changing, then you know what you need to do. But stop cheating on each other. Damn. Stop cheating on each other. Everybody cheating. It's like Oprah. You get a cheat. You get a cheat. Shit.
Everybody get a cheat.
Everybody get a cheat.
Okay. That's enough of that.
All right.
My God, today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting to this point. I know this shit has been crazy, but I hope it was at least funny. If I know you and you're listening, please just, oh my God, don't judge me or us.
Please don't judge me because I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I can judge me. I don't give a shit.
Okay, listen. Until next time, I hope next episode of the pod, this shit is probably gonna be like 2 episodes or like 3 episodes, as long as it is. But I'll get back with you on another note, and hopefully it's as fun as this episode was. So yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.